You know, I hate tourist traps. I really do. Expensive and not great. Some not even good. And that's always been my impression of restaurants in Old Town. Good, but not great. Now, don't get me wrong. There may be some gems there. I have not eaten at every one. And if you have a favorite, if you think that is really, really good, please comment down below. But here's the interesting part. If you walk just 3 blocks outside the southern border of Old Town Park, you are going to find a really, really good one. So we had some friends from out of town visiting us, and we wanted to show them the city. And of course, that includes Old Town, right? Because that's a key part of San Diego. Now, Mexican food is pretty prevalent in Southern California, and they're from Los Angeles. So that wasn't going to be anything different or special for them. And I definitely didn't want to take them to a tourist trap. So I picked a restaurant that I thought was going to really, really do the trick. Italian. So come on down, join us for a meal. I know you're going to like it, because our motto is never, never another bad meal, ever. My wife and I are self-proclaimed foodies, no question about it. We love fine dining, tablecloths, and great service, although sometimes we'll do more down-home dining too. It's all about the great food. So we're bringing you reviews of great restaurants in San Diego County and beyond. So we guided our friends on a short 3 to 4 block walk along San Diego Avenue. Now we did pass several restaurants, but I knew those were not going to be up to our standards. And finally we arrived at Jack and Julio's, or maybe Jack and Julio's. I don't really know. Let's call it Jack and Julio's for now anyway. Now, we did not have reservations, so I was really taking a risk here. It was 5:30 on a Sunday, and I was a bit nervous about that. But after a little bit of indecision, the restaurant owner sat us in the patio, and that was a really good break, because today it was hot. I mean, really hot. And inside was not air-conditioned, so that would have been uncomfortable. But the patio, it was delightful. We'll be rating Jack and Julio's on a number of factors at the end of the video, so please stick around with us until then. And as we've done in the past, we're going to have the legal tip of the month. Are online trusts a problem? Should you have one? So if you're interested in that, stick with us toward the end also. So let's get back to the restaurant. And honestly, the service was a bit slow at the beginning. You know how I was nervous about the reservation? Well, I was beginning to get nervous about this too. Was this going to be a disaster for my friends who I'm sort of trying to show off for? Maybe. We even considered leaving at one point. But then the waiter arrived at the table, and he was friendly and nice. And then things got better fast. Actually, they got good fast. The drink order, which he took, arrived quite quickly at the table. And, you know, it's funny how things just get more fun and pleasurable and happy, I guess, once those drinks arrive at the table. So if you're enjoying this video, hit the thumbs up. That simply notifies YouTube that they should serve this video up to more viewers, so more people get to enjoy the video. And subscribe, why not? Doesn't cost you a penny. All of this really helps out the channel. All the subscribe button does is it just gives you a very easy way of finding our next video. So thumbs up, subscribe. So when the drinks arrived, my wife had ordered a margarita. And she actually thought it was too strong for her. Until she had taken 2 sips, and then all of a sudden, it was just fine. So to start, we ordered the Hearts of Palm salad. Here's a photo of it. It was outstanding. Our guests ordered scampi alla Julio. Wild-caught white shrimp, butterflied, sautéed with mushrooms and white wine, and served with pasta. Now the photo you're looking at is before the marinara sauce was added to the pasta. Our guests absolutely loved it. On our end, we had the veal chop. We seem to be seeing that item more and more lately, and we really do love it. It was perfectly done to our order. Now, as to the service, how many times have you ever been to a restaurant? You have to get to an event, a show, what have you. You tell the waiter, we've got to be out by such and such a time. And it's like you never told him anything. It takes forever to get the order to the table. It takes forever to get the bill there, and you're running late. Well, we told our waiter we had to be out by 7. He had us out by 7:02. So great job by the waiter. Unfortunately, no dessert tonight, but we do have a legal tip for you. Are online living trusts good, or are they a problem? Now, if you're not interested in this, you can skip forward on the timeline and continue the restaurant review, but you're going to miss some really, really good stories. No matter what online organization does your living trust, even if they have an attorney involved, no matter what attorney you have write your trust, at the end of the line, you're going to walk out with pretty-looking paper or receive it online. And until the rubber meets the road, no one cares what those documents say. Not the probate court, not the IRS, not the state. No one cares. It's only when you lose mental competence or die that that rubber actually meets the road, and then seemingly everyone cares what those documents say. And if you had an attorney involved, more than just a casual glance at the documents, hopefully he had an in-depth interview with you about your health, your wealth, and your family dynamics. So, for example, if you have thoughts about leaving one child 80% and the other child maybe 20%, hopefully that attorney is going to point out that just maybe that might cause a problem between your kids. And, I don't know, alternatively, you're going to leave $10,000 each to each of your 20 nieces and nephews. Maybe that's going to raise the expense on settling your estate after you're gone, because it's going to be more complex, more complicated. Oh, and by the way, no matter what you've heard elsewhere, yes, there is a cost to settling your estate, even if you have a living trust, and yes, it's probably going to take longer than 30 minutes. Again, no matter what you've heard elsewhere. So the value of an attorney is not who can produce the prettiest looking paper, but who can help you make great estate planning decisions that are going to be beneficial for your family. So if you agree that it's unlikely that the online sales organization attorney is going to have that in-depth interview review with you, or even have sufficient experience to be able to identify these issues, then call us at 760-436-8832. And if you want more information on this subject, I'll have a link in the video notes below that you can click on and read. And just to keep the boys and girls at the State Bar happy, my name is Merv Miller, and I am the Traveling Foodie Attorney. Our address will be in the video notes below. So here's my final thoughts on Jack and Julio's. It worked out great. Our out-of-town friends simply loved it. And no one ever said you can't have Italian food when you go to Old Town. On our 10-point Traveling Foodie Attorney rating scale, I'd give it an 8.8 on food, 9.3 on ambiance, and 9.2 on service. But I will say that that blip in the service at the beginning can have a lasting impact. As I was preparing for recording this video, I asked my wife about the restaurant, and she had very bad vibes about the service until I reminded her that we all thought it was pretty good after it got started. So it's interesting how memories can distort things. Jack and Julio's, a very, very good restaurant.